I'm sick of you League of Legends players wasting my time in my games because you can't use your weapons right. Clearly none of you have ever touched an FPS game in your life. Now I'm not saying I'm a good player, I am absolutely dog shit, but I'm going to teach you to how to actually at least use your weapons in a very basic manner. So we're going to go over three things, right? We're going to go crosshair placement, we're going to go over recoil control, and strafe shooting. So let's start with something simple like crosshair placement, alright? When you guys are playing your games, I'm seeing you guys looking at the ground. You look at the ground, you know, you're shift walking, you're looking at the ground, alright, and then oh shit, there's a person over there. Now you gotta move your crosshair all the way over to the person and then fire. By the time you do that, what are the chances that you're already dead? You don't want to do that shit. You want to aim your crosshair where you know they're gonna be. Aim always at head level. If a person comes out, their head is gonna be probably here. If I'm turning this corner, some dude's head is gonna be around here. Always pretend like there is a person in front of you and aim at that imaginary person's head. This way, when I turn this corner and I see this dude, oh, all I have to do, I make a minor adjustment to correct myself, and then I shoot, alright? Now obviously this pistol probably can't hit his head from here, but that's just the example, okay? You gotta have your crosshair aimed at their head at all times. You pretend like they're in front of you, and that way when you actually see them, you don't have to go from here to here, alright? You don't go from here to there, you go from here, or maybe you go from here to here, alright? That's a much smaller adjustment. Alright, next is recoil control. So, I see you guys shooting your guns like this, okay? You just hold down your mouse button, you just aim, and you don't do shit after that. You can't do that. You see how this makes a little 7 pattern, alright? And then at the top you go left and right and left and right. We want to counteract that by moving in the opposite direction that the gun moves in. So if I clear that, alright, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my mouse down. Alright, if I pull my mouse down, you see most of the bullets, they hit dead center, okay? And you know, that left to right motion is a bit difficult to counteract. Like, let me show you. You know, all my bullets, they landed where I started to shoot them at, but they started going left and right a little, and that's difficult to counteract just because it's so unpredictable. So what you want to do is you want to fire in short bursts. Maybe 6-7 bullets each at most. And if you do this, all of your bullets, they hit dead center each time, you know? And then what you can do is you can move after you shoot a burst. So if I do this on this guy, you know, I hit a couple bursts, and then I move, and then I burst, and then I move, and then I burst, and then I move, and then I burst, and then I move. This way you're hitting them each time, and then you move so that you're extra slippery and they can't shoot you. Alright, now if we go to more reasonable range like 30, this problem's even worse. So if I do nothing, you get what, like 5 bullets on this target at most? But if I hold down and I make these short bursts, what are the chances that I actually hit the person? They're a lot higher. So I'm aiming at this dude and I make these short bursts. Look at all the damage I do to him. I hit every shot every time. Okay? Another thing is, if you really do want to make a full burst, what you have to do is you have to crouch in the middle of your spray. Always crouch in the middle of your spray because it makes your opponent have to adjust their aim. If they're looking at you and then you crouch, you know, if this dude's crouched, then you have to move. They have to adjust their aim down to your head. So in that time, you might be able to kill them while they can't shoot at you. So crouch in the middle of your spray, make them readjust your aim. Right? Now, obviously, if you crouch, it means that you're committing to your spray because at that point, there's pretty much no way that you get out of that situation without one of you guys being dead. So if you're gonna crouch, make sure it means that you're committed to your spray, that you're gonna hit that spray. Another thing is I'm gonna enable the firing error lines for this. So you notice when I'm moving, look at how high that firing error is. So you can't be moving while you make your shots. You know, if you try to do this. If you're like moving and you're trying to shoot at this guy, what are the chances that you hit him at all? It's pretty low. Look at that. That box is huge. I'm barely even hitting the target. So you want to do is you want to stop when you're trying to shoot at someone. Alright, and then you move and then you stop, and then you move and then you stop and then you shoot. Now another thing you can do is if if you notice, when I change the directions I'm moving in, I'm strafing in, you'll notice that for a split second, my crosshair, it becomes smaller because the firing error is less, because technically I've stopped moving. When you change directions, your speed eventually has to go 0. So, you want to shoot at this tiny window right when you change directions, and you'll be able to hit an accurate shot every time. And if you do this enough, you'll be extra slippery and you'll be getting tap fires off without even having to stop for more than a split second. If you keep doing that, alright, you might be able to, let's see, even at a decently long distance, you might be able to hit a headshot a couple times. Of course, this is a bit too long. Maybe 30 meters is a bit more reasonable. Like you can see, like this crosshair is actually at least on his head, even remotely close. But if you do it enough, you'll be able to hit better shots every time. Again, I'm not saying I'm good at this shit, but you guys are awful. Fix that shit.